I want to make this very, very clear because what we're not going to do is continuously drop everything that we're doing to run and help everybody else, and none of our stuff ever gets done. That's what we're not going to do, okay?
To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin.
Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham. I'm your host, Jess Abraham, your favorite boundaries coach, and today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters, and choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So, get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JOYFULSTYLEZ.com. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. I'm super excited to get into it today. But before I do, I want to remind you all for the quick wins, right? You want to take the boundaries quiz. The link for you is in the show notes to do that. But what I really want for you all is to extra win, right? Like the episode says, right? Secure the win. But before we get there, if you would like the tea, right? The 5 things about boundaries I wish I knew sooner, and the practical things that you can do to make things happen in your life tremendously, just great to improve, you know you need this thing, then text me the word sooner, right? SOONER. Text me the word sooner to 210-801-9153. Also, the link for that is in the show notes. You get the tea, right? Just grab that there. All right, y'all. I want to get right into it. Let's go. Let's go, y'all. So, um, yeah, y'all see it. Secure the win. Secure the win. And you see it. Yeah, right. The win is a little, what's that? What's that mean? What's that mean? We're gonna get into it, all right? So secure the win. Secure the what's important now. Right? Secure the what's important now. Right, y'all? Let me tell you. I want to get into, I'm gonna give y'all this example, literally something that happened right before I started recording, but I want to put this out there, and I'm going to give you the definition of important, right? Because I want to make sure we're on the same page here. So important, right? Of great significance or value, likely to have a profound effect on success, survival, or well-being. Again, that's important, right? I'm going to read that one more time. Important is of great significance or value, likely to have a profound effect on success, survival, or well being, right? So keep that in mind as we get into this episode, and more we get into it, right? And now, right? Not what's important tomorrow, what's important later, what's important for the future, but what's important now, right? And now is at the present time or moment. That's what noun is. The present time or moment, right? You guys, I have some things I want to get into, but before it happened right before I started recording. So I'm like, oh, Jess, what's important now? I have to remind myself what was important now. I was waiting to start recording, and then I started doing some stuff because I like to use my time wisely. But once the time was up, I need to wait anymore. I still was working on the other thing, and I didn't need to because that wasn't necessarily important, right? The podcast so much there, it's on a deadline, right? I have episodes. I need to get into my editor, so my editor get it back to me, so that I get it out to you all, right? So that's important. That is what was important now, like literally right now. That was important. When I started working on something else totally unrelated, and I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, I could do this later. It's not that deep, right, y'all? Like, I mean, I know I'm proud, like, just give y'all right the tea here, but I'm proud and happy about it and whatever. But it's like there, I'm like, what I was doing, right? Let me just get into it and be all the way transparent. What I was doing is looking up, doing what I needed to do online to get my paper car title sent to me, right? So I'm doing that, but that's not what's important now. Like, I know my whip is paid off. I know that it's in the system, that it's good to go. Everything's there. Like, I know that already. I see, like, it's there. It's not going anywhere. However, the podcast, it needed to be recorded now so I can get it out. Right? There's steps and levels to this thing. I can always check online and pay them the fees and do whatever else that they require for me to do so that I can get that paper copy of my title. Like, look, it's not that deep, right? But what was important now is getting this podcast recorded because something else will come up and then other things happen. Like, just get it done, right? Make sure it's great for the people and keep it moving, right? Like, okay, so y'all, literally right before I started recording, that's what happened. Like, that wasn't in my notes or any of the things that I wanted to necessarily talk about today, but it was like a perfect prime example of like, what's important now, Jazz. So it's like, this is something that I evaluate like daily, right? I'm thinking about this and I'm just like, all right, so I'm doing this, but what's important now? I should be doing that, things of that sort, right? And I want to encourage you all to do that too, right? This is how you secure the win. Are you focusing on what's important now? There are some things that can definitely wait, right? And I want to make this clear, y'all. I want to make this extremely, extremely clear. There will be things that's important now to other people that has absolutely nothing to do with you, and they want those things to be important now to you as well, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about dropping everything that you're doing to do to help someone else with something that's important now to them, right? We're not doing that. What I'm talking about is you prioritizing, right? I'm talking about prioritizing and you making you a priority now, right? That's what we're talking about here. I want to make this very, very clear, because what we're not going to do is continuously drop everything that we're doing to run and help everybody else, and none of our stuff ever gets done. That's what we're not going to do, okay? What's important now? You're important now, right? Whatever it is that you have going on in your life, you are important now, and I want you to remember that. You are important now. All right? Now. So, I want this to, again, resonate with people in a way, and I want to give the examples that just, again, from my everyday life, like what I do, and I want you to, like, but before I do that, right, I want you to also think about this. Like, I don't want you all, and I don't want to be, right, because this is for me too, right? We must not be so focused on a thing that we miss a blessing because we didn't adjust, right? I'm going to say that again, and I'm going to say it a little slower to make sure that this is getting across. So don't be so focused on a thing that you miss the blessing because you didn't adjust, right? There's things in life, and it's necessary for us to adjust and do all these different things. Like, and there's levels to these boundaries things. I want you to be firm and stand firm on your boundaries and things, but I want you to know when to adjust. That's another level. I talk with people and coach people at that level as well, and I'm continuously work through that thing to make sure things aren't so firm that I'm just not so rigid, as to say. Again, you know what? I'm gonna take a break right here and tell y'all, take that boundaries quiz. Forget that. Click the link in the show notes to take that boundaries quiz, or text me the word boundaries to 210-801-9153 to take that boundaries quiz. Because just saying this, and I'm thinking about it, like in the quiz, right? There's levels to this. It lets you know where you are and give you some tips about whatever level you're currently at with your boundaries, right? So take that boundaries quiz. I want to put that out there, right? So back to the regularly scheduled program. No, seriously though, so don't be so focused on the thing that you missed the blessing because you didn't adjust. Now, me, I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna use my routine as an example, which is currently evolving. But what I was doing for over a year, I was getting up at 4 a.m. to have my time with God, and then get on a mastermind call at 5 a.m. And like that was I was doing that every single day for a year. I mean, if there was some travel things in between, I barely, put it like this, I barely missed a call during that year's time. All right, for consistently over a year, I barely missed a call, and if I did, it was because traveling purposes or whatever else, right? Now that was great for me in that season, right? Things are different, things are transitioning. I am focused on some other things now, and I get it. So now for me, the priority is even more so me, my rest, and of course, my marriage, right? Wife time is extra important to me. And we've been honing in on that even more so. We've been traveling so much. We want to make sure we get our time in, just our time. So if we're staying up later because we want to relax, have conversation, or watch some TV or whatever it is that we're doing, more than likely we binge watching some of our favorite shows or whatever it is and having conversations about certain things. But it's like, now that's the thing. Me getting up at 4 a.m. don't feel all that great, right? I'm getting these couple hours of sleep, or been traveling so much that we get back home late from a trip, and now getting up at 4 a.m. It just wasn't working for me anymore, right? There's times now I still do get up at 4 a.m., but what was important now is me getting that proper rest. What was important now and really always is me and my wife having a blissful marriage, right? So that was important. So I'm prioritizing, right? Me, my rest, and us, our relationship, our marriage, right? That's what was important now. So I'm securing the win, right? There's still people faithfully, I'm sure, that's on every single call, and all that. But I'm like, they got replays for that. Not necessarily for the morning calls, but for some of the other calls, it's replays. And it's like, I'll get that. And in the season, I may not even need that particular message. And it's okay, right? Still part of the team, still part of the group, still in the community, still active, still add value where I can, and all these things. But it's just like, it's not the number one priority for me to do right now. It's not. Wife time is. All these different things, right? The rest is, right? Man, I'm gonna just put this here. It's like, people get so hyped, and I get it. I totally get it, but it's like, traveling like a lot is not all it's cracked up to be, right? It's not. You got getting up early in the morning, we catching flights, we're in this airport, we're like hours of traveling, all the, even if we have nonstop flights to certain places, is still traveling. It takes time to do all these things. And in the way my wife and I travel, it's like back to back, and it's like, oh, whew, we have a week to breathe before we back at it again. Or now, oh my gosh, we celebrate. We celebrate when we have more than 2 weeks or more at home before we go again. Like, it's to that point, and it's crazy, but it's like, uh, it's not necessarily all it's cracked up to be all the time. Like, we want to rest. And in this season, again, I've been prioritizing that rest. All right, y'all. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that right there, y'all, because I want to get into some other things to make sure that we, freeing y'all up and having y'all think about certain things. But make sure you're setting those priorities, you knowing what's important now, so that you can act on those things that are important now. Now, I want to say, watch out for some of these things, because some things don't become that important anymore. And we just kind of leave it there. And that's okay. Just don't be afraid to adjust. Don't be afraid to adjust. Now, with that being said, I want to make sure that I say this. With that being said, I have an episode all about it. You can check it out, right? That's a shiny object syndrome, right? So I want to tell you, with all that being said, I want you to watch out for shiny object syndromes, right? We're not talking about, oh, squirrel, oh, pretty, you, that's nice. I can do this, I can do it. We're not talking about that. Again, we're talking about prioritizing and focusing on what's important now, right? Those things that might be cute and attractive to you and like, ooh, let me check that out. Ooh, let me do. That's not necessarily what's important now, right? It was cute and attractive to me to like, oh yeah, they want me to do this portal thing to get my title now and instead of whatever. I'm like, okay, that's cute and attractive. That's shiny. That's a shiny object, right? But it wasn't what's important now. And I needed to watch out for that, right? I could have, truth be told, y'all, let me be all the way 100 with y'all. Truth be told, I probably would have keep going a little bit more into that. Like, oh, let me get as much of this done before I hit the record button. But good. But then it was a break, right? There was a point that I needed to confirm the email and they send me this and all that. And then the email was taking like, ah, this taking forever. Like in a sense, I mean, it probably took a couple minutes. I'm sure the email is probably there now, but oh well, I'll see it when I'm done. But it's like sometimes there are things that happen, right? And I'm gonna say I believe there's situations that happen and things that God bring into our lives and all these different things to kind of stop us in our tracks. Because if it was up to us, we would leave the things that are important right now, right? The things that are important now, we would leave it alone and don't even revisit it with the false, right? This false sense of, oh no, this is the thing that's important now, right? So sometimes, like, all right, prioritizing rest, for an example, this has happened to me more than once, unfortunately or fortunately, right? Because I could have done some stuff, just super burn out myself. But it's like sometimes I'm just going, I'm at it, I'm doing these different things, and then guys like, nope, time to sit down. I might be a little bit under the weather or just not feeling well of the day, whatever the case is. It's like, and I look at it as a blessing because it stops me in my tracks, right? It forces me in a sense to sit down. Like now, what we want to do is get to a place that we're not being forced to sat down somewhere. Right? I want to say it like that. We want to get to a place where we're not being forced to do that. So this is a thing for you to do. Just ask yourself consistently, constantly, what's important now? What's important now? If you don't know what to do next, right? Thank you, God. If you don't know necessarily what to do next, just take some time, take a break, take a breather, and ask yourself, what's important now? Right? And then that's the next thing you do, like the next best thing. That's what it is. That's what you do. What's important now? Y'all want to keep saying that because I want you to get it in your heads, like, and just hear that. Hear me when you're at a you're doing something and you're not making a decision necessarily, or and it might be questionable what you're doing, whatever. I want you to hear me in your head saying, what's important now? What's important now? And then you start asking yourself that, right? You can hear my voice until you hear yours or just whatever. But I want you to hear that because I really want you to take time to evaluate these things, because this is how we get to whatever success we're looking to get to, right? If we want to successfully complete something, if we want to successfully just do something, if we want to be a success to ourselves, right? Whatever your level of success is, whatever success looks like to you, if you want to actually capitalize on that, if you want to actually feel that and live in that, then we must do the things that are important now, really the needle moving things, right? That's really what it is. Those needle moving actions. What's the thing that's going to take us, right? Going back to the definition of important, what's the thing that's going to have a profound effect on success, your survival, or your well-being, right? All matters. It's all what's important now. What's important now for you to put them boundaries in place. It's profound. It has a profound effect on your well-being. right? I'm just saying. Profound effect. You at wit's ends feel like, right? But now it's like, oh, something must be done. That's important now, right now, right? Because if you continue down a certain path where you're not having these boundaries in place, then what you're gonna do? You definitely gonna there gonna be some burnout, right? Some resentment, some all these different things that are not necessarily good for you, not necessarily the feelings and emotions that you want to have, right? You become anxious, all these different things, right? We're not looking to do that, y'all. What's important now? A profound effect on your success, survival, or well-being, right? Important, right? I want you all to get that. Again, focus on that needle moving action. Thing that's going, yeah, take things to another level, the things that's gonna just get you there, right? And I talked about your boundaries, right? That's what we we do that a lot, right? Boundaries and more, right? So I want to, for those of you who feel like, again, you're at your wits ends, I want you to take some time out to apply to work with me, right? Like, let's do something now about it. What's important now is for you to establish these things. And if you got it, like, listen, I'm telling you, I ain't even tripping. Of these episodes, you going back and just binge listening to episodes that can help you, and you get that done, and that's good enough for you, then you do that. By all means, do that, because I'm just here to like free y'all up in whatever way that I can. Like, I'm not even worried. I know for sure God is blessing me. God will continue to bless me. Like, we good. I'm just saying. Okay, so, but if you're someone who really wants some more like that hand holding, like really your specific situation, we can talk through this, walk through this, do some activities and things of that sort to really, really help you to sustain that, right? To effectively teach people how to treat you, to effectively, stand up for yourself and feel good about it. Then you reach out. Text me the word apply to 210-801-9153, or you can just click the link in the show notes that it says apply to work with me, right? We can take things to another level, just help you, like, because y'all, I live for this. I love this work. I really, really love this work. And it's like, it's everywhere that I am. Truly, it's everywhere that I am. And I am so, so grateful. So grateful. Because I mean, man, there's nothing like that. I'm telling you, y'all, I just want people to feel just as free and just feel as much joy that I have or more, right? I just, man, it's there's nothing like it. I want to just say that there's absolutely nothing like it, right? So those things that you're doing, see what's important now, right? If it's your boundary situation, address it now, right? If it's like you like me, like, oh, you working on one thing, but you absolutely should be doing something else, right? What's important now? Do that thing. And I've done it. Like, that's something I worked through. Like, I'm really, really still doing this thing while I'm prioritizing, okay, what should I be doing now? Should I be resting, or should I be working on something in the business, or should I be working on something in one of the other businesses? Like, what is it? What is it? And sometimes, like, some of you might be like me, we got a lot going on, and you're like, what should I prioritize? Yep, that's when that extra time with God comes in. Lord, help me see. Help me to prioritize. God, please, I'm asking right now. Help me to prioritize properly, right? Help me to prioritize properly so that things are definitely within God's will, and me getting the things done that are required of me to get done, the things that are important now, right? That's really what I got for y'all today, y'all. Like, not too deep, not too like, not too much, not too, like, yeah, y'all see it, y'all know. I just want to I want to tell you, because truly, what I notice and within myself and when I help others, it's like when we're focusing on what's important now, this is where these wins come from, right? That's what it secured the win. The win. You win. And people be like, oh, a small win, big win. Like, it don't matter. A win is a win is a win is a win. And when you compound these wins after you get that momentum to continuously do these things and just to go beyond these things, right? Because that's what it really is. Like sometimes, and again, I keep hearing this in my head because sometimes I'm like, should I, what's the move, whatever. Like, don't be afraid to adjust, y'all. Like maybe you thought, God, I hear you, I got it. All right, maybe you thought one thing was the path that you should be taking, but you had this aha moment. You had these multiple, probably aha moments when you like, maybe I should be going that way instead. I've been on this road. What got me here? Okay, be in a good spot, but maybe I should be doing this instead of that. Like maybe you enjoyed the whole journey getting to where you are now. Maybe you did an entire journey. Maybe you've been enjoying it, but you know it's time to pivot, right? Don't be afraid to do that. What's important now, right? What's important now, you know it's time to pivot and you haven't been preparing. What's important now is to prepare for the pivot because you know it's coming. And again, we don't want it to be forceful. We prefer necessarily not to be that way, but some people might like it like that. I'm good on that. I'm good on that. Okay. And do not, for me, I'm good. I don't need to be forced into doing the things that is required of me. I want truly life with grace and ease. Truly. And that's what's important, right? So secure the win by doing what's important now, y'all. That's it. That's what I got. That's what I got. If I need a part 2 or whatever of this, I'll do that. Y'all got some things that y'all want me to go deeper in or talk more about, then let's do that. Look, follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Again, that's on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Hit me up there. Let me know what it is. Soon, very soon, right? What's important now? Soon I have another way for you to be able to send in that. But right now, that's the avenue we using, right? So follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. And look, I want y'all, like, again, that's that's it. That's it. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm so passionate about this, and I want to just keep going into this. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. Let y'all digest that. I'm gonna leave y'all with these practical tips, right? Decide right now. Take notes. Write them down. Whatever it is that you must do to decide what's important now. When you see yourself at a fork in the road, which way I should go, what should I do? What's important now? Remember that. Okay? That's how you're looking at decisions here on out. What's important now to you so you actually make progress in your life. You actually move the needle. You actually do the things that's going to get you, right? Have a profound effect on your success, your survival, and or your well-being. That's what we're doing. What's important now? All right. True. Okay. I'm out of here. I got it. I'm out of here. Y'all, please go out and have an absolutely amazingly beautiful day and be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Jas Abraham. Talk to y'all then.